Welcome to another edition of a Union County Conversation. I'm your host, Meg McElwain. This is a show that helps you understand Union County government and its services. Today, I'll introduce you to a new employee here with Union County government. Michelle Lancaster has joined the government executive team as Assistant County Manager. Most recently, she was an Assistant County Manager in Mecklenburg County, and so she brings a wealth of experience with her. Welcome to the team, welcome to the show, and thanks for taking time to spend with us today.
Thank you, thanks for having me.
Well, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, as you mentioned, I've come from Mecklenburg County, where I've been an Assistant County Manager for about 11 years. I'm a native of North Carolina, of Rutherford County, so to the west of here, and have lived in North Carolina all my life. I have a husband and two children, Brian and Nicholas and Grayson, a 15-year-old and a 9-year-old, and have really been involved in local government for a long time, since I went to graduate school to get my master's in public administration. I worked at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte for a while before going to Mecklenburg County, and just have a real interest and passion for local government.
So where did you get your degree?
UNC Charlotte.
Okay. So you're a North Carolina girl through and through.
Yes, I am.
Well, good. You'll enjoy Union County. So what other organizations are you involved with outside of work, or maybe even through work?
Okay. A couple of things that I'm continuing to do is I'm on an advisory board at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte for the Health and Human Services College, their board of advisors there. I have been an active member of the United Way of the Central Carolinas board until this past year, so for 6 years, heavily involved with the United Way. I served also on a board for the Institute for Social Capital, which is an arm of the Urban Institute, and a group that does a lot of good research for not just for Charlotte and Mecklenburg, but really for the region, this region of North Carolina. Additionally, I do a lot of things with my children. So they're both in school, one in high school, one in elementary school. That keeps me pretty busy.
Yeah, I'm sure it does, especially boys.
Yes,
boys. I have a son, and I know boys are completely different than girls.
Yes.
So what current projects in Union County do you feel are the most important for the growth of the county and for the residents to be aware of?
A couple things that Cindy has asked me to work on right out of the gate are working on a more fully developed process to deal with the legislature in Raleigh. And so I've been spending a lot of time with that. We're right in the height of session. So really looking at what bills may have an impact on Union County, what things Union County is interested in. And then at the May 4th board meeting, we'll actually be taking a somewhat well thought out plan on legislative activities for the board to really weigh in on what that whole package might look like. And I think that should be important to everyone, to the community and to the staff, for just having a more deliberate approach and thinking through kind of what they would like to see out of the folks that they've sent to Raleigh. The other things that I've been spending a lot of time on is looking at the continuation of the strategic planning work that had started before I got here. So really working with the departments on what are the things that we think are important to be measured so that the people of Union County know what their government's doing for them.
You know, transparency has been something that Cindy has really pushed in the past few years, and it sounds like with the strategic plan that you're working on, that will just continue.
Absolutely.
To make more information. Information is power for the people
Right.
and for the residents. And you at home, anytime you're interested, you can visit a county commission meeting. They meet on the first and third Mondays of the month. A schedule can be found at unioncountync.gov. There is a public comment section at the beginning of every meeting. So if you have some comments for the commissioners, you can always sign up to speak, or their contact information is also available on the website. Now, Michelle, are there specific services that you will oversee for Union County government?
Right now, the areas that Cindy has asked me to really be responsible for is the legislative activity, what I'm going to call intergovernmental relations, so not just with Raleigh, but also with the 14 municipalities in Union County. So I'm going to actually start probably in the next couple weeks reaching out to those folks. I've really spent the first 2 weeks focused more internally, building relationships with the municipalities, with the local community college. I think there will be outreach to University of North Carolina at Charlotte as well, some of the regional partners. So really focusing on that work, and then the strategic planning activity as well.
You know, I think it's a benefit to the team at Union County government as well as the residents that you are from within the region, because Union County is part of a bigger region that is growing very rapidly, and it is important to have those relationships. And so the fact that you bring some of those already established relationships is only going to benefit the work that you all are doing in the government center.
I would agree.
So where do you feel your previous experience is going to benefit Union County the most?
Well, I think, as you just said, I think relationships and relationship building is something Cindy was really interested in this position, and I think that's what I bring heavily to the tables. I've been in this region for a long time. I know a lot of people. I was heavily involved in health and human services, which just by its nature creates a lot of opportunity for relationship building. And I think that's the foundation of any successful organization, but particularly for local government, is you've got to have good relationships with the people that you work with. It doesn't mean that they're going to do everything you want them to do, or that you're going to do everything they want you to do, but I think it just creates a much smoother working relationship when you have that relationship and that foundation. And Union County, it brings a lot of opportunity, but there's a lot of challenge because there are 14 municipalities, so that's an interesting task, I think, to undertake. And one of the things that I've shared with Cindy is I think it will look different for each municipality. It's not going to be a cookie cutter approach. Henry Bridge may want something different than Marshville wants. My guess is they will. And so I think that's the approach we're going to take, and I think that's going to be really important. And I think that's really the number one strength that I bring to the organization, and my commitment to this region and to North Carolina government in general.
So what would you say, just from being in Union County? I know you've only been on the job 2 weeks, but I'm sure you visited before and did some research. What's something that you think is maybe a hidden gem within Union County, or something that you have found that you have a special affinity to?
Well, I think, I'm from a smaller community in North Carolina, much smaller actually than Union County, and I like that quality, but it also gives you that true suburban feel. And I think where we are as a region is really understanding that Charlotte-Mecklenburg is the hub of a metropolitan core, really, of North Carolina, South Carolina for that matter. And how does Union County really fit into that? And I think the organization and the leadership here really has some real opportunity to make a difference. And so thinking about it from that perspective, but then I think the other hidden gem is that it's really like two different counties. You've got the agricultural side to the east, and then you've got the more suburban to the west. And so how do you really capitalize on that unique opportunity that you have, with Union County being the 3rd largest agricultural center in the state, I think 85th largest in the country. I mean, that's pretty significant. So what do you do as an organization to really start to blend those two things and not lose either set of identity, because I think they're both important, but really seizing on that we're a part of a larger metropolitan organization. How does Union County become a true leader in that relationship?
In closing, what would you like the people of Union County to know about you? What would you like to say to them?
I hope that what they'll see immediately is my commitment to the organization, and that I don't think that I know all the answers by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm here to listen and to learn and to really help this organization take itself to the next level, which is what I think Cindy is really interested in doing, and that's the type of team that she has built and is building. And I hope that people will see that every day that I work here.
Well, Michelle, thank you for taking time. I know that this is a busy time of year. Not only are you getting acclimated to a new job, but it's budget season.
Right.
So lots of meetings. So thank you for taking time. And thank you for taking time to tune in to learn more about what your county government is doing. Again, we have with us the new Assistant County Manager, Michelle Lancaster, and we hope you have a great day in Union County.